Dude, I'm hijacking every single mic here.
Keep it there. Keep it there. There. Do not touch the camera.
Mr. Daniel Butt is in here.
He just spoke into the mic. He just spoke into the mic. I don't want to have to curse. My camera's good.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of Lincoln West Park Football. Tonight it's week 4, and a matchup of undefeated teams as the Warriors welcome in crosstown rivals, the Knights of Lincoln Way Central. Football fans, this is the IHSA, and the Southwest Suburban Gospel are promoting the educational importance of exercising the men, and good sportsmanship by the student athletes and spectators. In order to maintain the integrity and spirit of interscholastic activities as an extension of the classroom, the SWSU would ask that you respect the effort of all the participants involved in a positive display of sportsmanship.
I'm better.
Negative comments, cheers, chants, or behaviors directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or teams will not be accepted. During the contest, we ask that you please be supportive and show your appreciation for the efforts of both teams as you enjoy tonight's game. Lincoln Way West welcomes you all once again, and thank you fans for your support and cooperation. At this time, we ask that you all please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to this field, where our nation's colors are being presented by the Lincoln Way West Air Force Junior ROTC unit. Junior ROTC is a citizenship program. Its mission is to build better citizens for America. Its mission is to command of retired United States Air Force Master Sergeant and Commander. Presenting the colors tonight are cadets Asher Lamar, Jessica Figueroa, Ryan Stefanelli, Anthony Rokas, Evelyn Brown, Victoria Carlson, Molly Malone, and Stephen Terrell. Molly Malone and Stephen Terrell.
And my friend.
And gentlemen, now entering the field, your 2025 Lincoln Way West Warrior football band.
That's why I'm better. That's because I'm better. Prove it.
Please remain standing as we honor America and those who have served with the playing of our national anthem by your Lincoln Way West Warrior football band, led by drum major Ben Render. Led by drum major Ben Render.
Lincoln Way West, Lincoln Way Central, a pair of top undefeated teams in 7A rankings will face each other tonight in the Battle of New Lenox. The 3-0 Warriors are led by running back Johanna Bubakar. However, he is dealing with an ankle injury and will be a game-time decision. As for the Knights, they are led by wide receiver Lucas Andreessen, who has drawn a lot of interest from Division I schools to continue at the next level, and he'll be paired up against defensive back Chase Markowitz throughout the entire game here today. Don't go anywhere. Kickoff in just a minute. And here come the Warriors, looking to go to 4-0 on the year. What a start it has been for Lincoln Way West so far. 3-0 record, 1-0 in conference. They start out the year at home against Eisenhower, winning that one 47-7. They traveled to play the Porters of Lockport and took down the Porters in the last 10 seconds of the game and won it 21-17. Last week, played at home against the Andrew Thunderbolts, won that game 17-7, and that's where they stand right now, 3-0. As for the Knights, 3 straight home games for the Lincoln Way Central Knights. Played at home against St. Charles East, did not allow a single point against them or Stag that visited them last week. They won that affair 43-0 against Stag Chargers, and then week 2 they played against the Providence Catholic Celtics, winning that one 26-14. West won the toss and elected to defer.
We're going to cancel the game. It's done. It's over.
Zach Hermanson is ready. Lincoln Way Central is ready. West Side Rowdy, the Nightmares are ready. And off we go from the Battle of New Lenox. Hermanson will put this one into the end zone. And out comes Drew Woodburn and company. What a start offensively they have had all season long, and it has been on the ground. Justin Cobbs and Luke Tingley have been the main backs for the Knights this year. Luke Tingley suffered an injury in week 2 against Providence Catholic, and he was having a sensational game for the Knights. Had 7 carries for 134 yards before getting injured, as wind is starting to pick up here at the west side. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 20. Woodburn will hand it off. It's going to be his running back, and staying on his feet, Justin Cobbs being pushed out of bounds by RJ Boy at the 46-yard line. And already a great start for the Knight run game. Justin Cobbs, a new starter. Luke Tingley, mentioned earlier, injured. And Cobbs has done a great job in his new role this season. It's mainly been him and Tingley splitting the reps behind Drew Woodburn. But already a great start as Cobbs just putting his head down and took it for a gain of 26. Central quick to the line. 1st and 10. Cobbs again, bottled up immediately. He is met. Jimmy Tallien on the tackle, and he gets a gain of 1. Gain of 1 for the Knights, and it'll be 2nd and 9 now from their own 47. Gonna be a shovel pass. That's to Lucas Andreessen, the Division I potential, and there goes Andreessen taking it into West territory for the first down. Gets tackled past the 40-yard line, and gets tackled at the 37. First down, Lincoln Way Central, and they have been moving the ball efficiently so far here today. This defense that allowed 7 points against Andrew just a week ago already being pressured early on here on the very first drive of the game. Four plays, 4 straight rushes for Lincoln Way Central. And it'll be 1st and 10 now from the West 37. And whistles blow on the play, and it will be and Lincoln Way Central will take their first timeout of the ball game. Already here with a minute, not even a minute 30 into the game. Let's take a look around some action around the SWVC. Lincoln Way East, number 3 ranked in the country, playing at Lockport here tonight. They just allowed 7 points last week in a win against Neuqua Valley, and they have scored a total of 157 points this season under quarterback Jonas Williams, committed to USC. Sandburg, ranked number 43 in the state, jumped 11 spots in last week's rankings, and they beat Naperville Central with a score of 5-3, and they are playing at Mattia Valley here tonight. That great West Side student section was named the National Student Section of the Week. This time it will be on the carry. Gavin Keeson, the 6'3" sophomore, takes the handoff and will take it for around 4 yards. There's no went in on the tackle for the Warriors. And now the ball will be spotted at the 33. 2nd and 5 now for the Knights. We've yet to see them go to the air. Another shovel pass. It's going to be to Andreessen again. He'll be tackled down at the 30-yard line. They use Andreessen a lot in this offense. Seen him at running back here today, but also the receiver and main tight end of the Knight offense. Now it'll be 3rd and short for the Lincoln Way Central Knights. Ball spotted at the 30. And this is one of those stops that you're going to want as a defense. First drive of the game, you want to make a statement. They've been unable to stop Central here today. It's going to be Cobbs taking the handoff, pushing forward. Looks like he is stopped just short of the first down. Timmy Licky in on the tackle for the Warriors, and now a decision to make on 4th and short. And now we get some rainfall starting to fall here at Lincoln Way West. Rain continues to fall. However, we're at 4th and 2 now. They did not get a gain. It's going to be Cobbs. He is wrapped up. Stopped at the 30. Noah went as the rain falls, and West forces a turnover on downs.
What do I do? I'm just going to go at the middle. That's what I'm doing.
Central tried the gamble on a 4th and 2. They ran it to Cobbs, who was absolutely sensational in the first drive, and now they stop him here as rain continues to fall here in New Lenox. However, game will continue as long as there's no lightning in the area. Jahan, who is questionable in a game time decision, looks like he's behind Tussin on a 1st and 10. It's going to be a Bubakar running right up the middle. He'll take it for 5 yards and get right to the 35.
Jimmy, thank you for everything weather related.
It was a 50-50 chance that it would rain here today, and rain's starting to pile down. So a flag thrown on the play was against Central, and now it will be 1st down West marching deep into territory. Might have been a taunting penalty that moves Central back, and now ball spotted at the Central 49 for a 1st and 10. Backfield empty. Markowitz in motion. They run this jet sweep. They did it again against Lockport. Markowitz will take it around the 46. It'll be just short of the 45, and it'll be a gain of 3 on the play. Second and 6 from the 45. Rain or shine, the boys will continue to play. Backfield empty again for Tustin. They throw it on a wide receiver screen, and Markowitz tripped up right away. Nolan Morrow on the tackle as 3 tackles, number 3, and now we 3rd and medium now for Lincoln Way West. 7:26 here to go. Third and 5 from the 44. Well out of range of Hermanson. Abubakar lined up in the backfield. They'll hand it off. It's Jahan breaking free. 1st down, Lincoln Way West. Jahan looking pretty healthy. He was questionable all week and said he would be a game time decision. And it looks like he is fully healthy, or at least somewhat healthy here to go, and it'll be a 1st down for Lincoln Way West.
I got one of the fancy lid things for my
1st and 10 from the 36. 6:40 to go here in the 1st quarter. They hand it off to Abubakar again. Jahan will be tackled after a gain of 3, taking it past the 35. Second and 7 now for Lincoln Way West. Midway through the 1st quarter. Jahan in the backfield on a 2nd and 7. Tustin on a play action. He's going to keep it himself. Here goes Grant Tustin. Grant Tustin deep into Central territory. Breaks some tacklers. Touchdown West. West draws first blood. "36-yard rushing touchdown for Grant Tustin, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and West will strike first in the Battle of New Lenox. Ran over multiple Lincoln Way Central defenders, put his head down, and took it for the touchdown. Was a backup a year ago, and now Zach Kermanson out to kick the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good, field goal up and good. 7-0, Warriors lead. 5:51 to go in the 1st quarter, but West drives down the field efficiently thanks to the penalty that Central gave him a few extra 20 yards. And West leads at 7-0. What an efficient drive for Lincoln Way West on the ground. Had Chase Markowitz in the action as well. In the run game, they're using everyone here today in order to win this ball game.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
This is a Central team that had a bit of a weak schedule to begin with. They had Providence, a very strong team out of the CCL, but every other team they have played so far is 0-3 heading into week 4. And this is the first team they're facing all year that is 3-0. This one will be returnable for Lincoln Way Central. Trying to find some wiggle room and now trying to break free. Staying on his feet and will be tackled past the 35 is going to be number 18, Anthony Amadillo. the speedy return man for Lincoln Way Central and sets up Drew Woodburn for a second drive in pretty good field position.
Go! Here we go. I don't think I can hold this. It's the umbrella.
Rain continues to fall here in New Lenox. First and 10 from the 37. Cobbs on the handoff. Staying on his feet will take this into West territory once again. Another solid run from Justin Cobbs. And he will be tackled down just shy of the 45. Whistles blow, it'll be a timeout for Lincoln Way West with 5:33 to go here in the first quarter. A strong start for Lincoln Way West offensively, and this is what they definitely wanted, is to establish the run game early, as well as Lincoln Way Central did. In their first drive, they looked strong on the ground. Didn't see them at all in the air. We saw Justin Cobbs and Lucas Andreessen getting involved in the offense.
Jeremy, tell us.
Lincoln Way West, they are number 57th in the state of Illinois, ranked number 9 in 7A rankings, as Lincoln Way Central ranks number 6 in 7A rankings. So a top 10 matchup in 7A here today. 7A IHSA rankings also saw Mount Carmel leave 7A and jump up to 8A. So amongst the 7A competitive playoff teams, they feel it is a little bit more open for the public schools across Illinois high school football. First and 10 from the 46. Handoff again, Cobbs again, and he will be tackled right at the line, gain of none. And a strong tackle by Austin Collins, the junior linebacker. He's had a great year so far in his first year starting at the varsity level. Transferred from Providence after his freshman year. Played very solid quarterback for the sophomore team last year. Play action, Woodburn rolling out to his right. He will fire. Nice tackle out there. Catch was made by Houston. And it was defensive back Jackson Mansker. Lincoln Way Central fairly familiar with him. He made the game-winning interception the last time these two teams met. And this was at Lincoln Way Central. A 28-21 overtime thriller as he intercepted from the 1-yard line. Quarterback at the time was Luke Mowry. 3rd and 5 from the 41. Woodburn back to throw, firing, making the catch out of bounds, and RJ Boyce slipped, couldn't make the play. Is Nico Barkus making the catch for the first down. They use a little bit of everyone on this Lincoln Way Central team, as much as they can, as now they continue to march into West Territory slowly, but they are starting to gain yards by the play. 1st and 10 from the 34. Be a pitch out. It's Cobbs again on the carry. Justin Cobbs trying to get to the outside. He is tackled at the 30. Noah Went in the action, as well as Luke Gowdy and RJ Boy making the tackle for Lincoln Way West. It'll be a gain of around 4 yards. Cobbs continues his strong day on the ground. The rain has started to thin up just a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's what ice is. Ice is hail, snow is.
And it'll be 2nd
Go beat up Jeremy.
and 6 from the 34, from the 30. Woodburn rolls out to his right, firing on the run, making the catch is Andreessen. First down, Lincoln Way Central. The chains will move once again as they stare into the west red zone for the first time today.
First and 10 from the 23. Cobbs in the backfield, and they will give it to Cobbs again on the carry. And he will take this just short of the 21. He'll take this to the 20, so they enter the West red zone for the first time today, a gain of 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Knights. Brady Rassa comes onto the field for the Knights. Haven't seen him yet today. 3:25 remaining in the first quarter. It's a pitch again to Andreessen. Andreessen running over a couple, and he will take this to the West 15. And it'll be 3rd and very manageable for Lincoln Way Central. Collins and Markowitz in on the tackle again for the Warriors, and it'll be 3rd and short from the 15 for Lincoln Way Central. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Two timeouts remain for each team. Looking for another stop here. They will give it to Cobbs. He will fight his way. He will move the pile. Is Central, and they will get that first down that they wanted on a 3rd and short. Gain of 4, and it'll be a first down. Lincoln Way Central as that'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 11. Cobbs in the backfield again for the Knights. Woodburn throwing, making the catch, and just short of the goal line's Andreessen. They did a quick hitch route and took it almost in for the end zone, and now West in desperate need of a huge goal line stop, and it will be second and a yard from the 2. Minute 30 remains in the first quarter, and Central trying to answer the Warriors. Woodburn under center, and a whistle blows. Be a timeout again for Lincoln Way West. Their second use timeout of the quarter, and they have one remaining. 1:23 to go here in the first quarter. Let's keep going with action around the Southwest Valley Conference. The Andrew Thunderbolts are 1-2 on the year. It is their homecoming game tonight against the Waubonsie Valley Warriors. As for Lockport, they're 1-2 as they play host to number 3 Lincoln Way East. They fell just short to the Vikings last week, 13-28 at home. As for Homewood Flossmoor, number 66 in the state, and they will play against Naperville North here tonight, and they lost to St. Charles North by 19 2 weeks ago. St. Charles North ranked number 2 in the recent 7A rankings. Cobbs the direct snap. He is going to be bottled up right away and taken down at the 5. Luke Gowdy in on the tackle for loss, and now 3rd and short for Central. They tried to run a little wildcat on the Warriors, and Gowdy sniffed that up right away. And now will be 3rd and 3 from the 4. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Defense trying to come up big with this goal line stop. 2 timeouts remain for the Knights. And it'll be 3rd and 3. Hand off to Cobbs again. Cobbs trying to fight his way for the end zone. He is short. Did he get the first down, however? Looks like he's going to be just short of the first. And it'll be 4th and inches now for the Knights. It was not 3rd and goal. It was 3rd and 3. And so now they need a yard for the first down or 2 yards for the touchdown. 3 seconds remain. And that will conclude the first quarter of action here. 12 minutes have played. 7-0. West leading the Knights, but the Knights threatening from inside the 5. The run game looks strong on both sides for West and Central. Jahan Abubakar looking pretty healthy out there. It's a good thing that they have him back. This offense is based around the run game. They don't go to the air very often. But when they do, it can be electric, and we will enjoy some Sweet Caroline for the West side. They were named the National Student Section of the Week for this week's game against the Knights. The Nightmares reigning Student Section state champions. And now they look at a 4th and inches from the 2. Backfield is empty. This time it's Andreessen pushing the pile forward. He's in. Touchdown, Lincoln White Central. The Knights answer. And now an extra point to tie this game up. It'll be Zach Tripper, the 5'10", 165-pound kicker. Will attempt the extra point.
You're weird.
Senior quarterback Matthew Feith to be the holder for the Knights. Kick is up and it's blocked. It is blocked. Noah went to flex the football and it is blocked. Extra point is no good, and the score will now remain 6-7. West leads. Central thought it was going to be a cakewalk to tie this game. Instead, Noah Wendt comes up big. So now West will get their first chance to return the football today. A sophomore wideout is lined up back deep for the Warriors. One of West's main track stars as well, only as a sophomore. 11:55 to go in the second quarter. West has 1 timeout, Central with 2. West offense was spectacular last time, as a Grant Tustin rushing touchdown put them up 7 early on, and Central answered with a Lucas Andreessen touchdown off of a jet sweep, a similar play that West likes to run with Markowitz, a pair of Division I receivers. Tripper to kick this one away back to the Warriors, a line drive kick, and that will go past McNulty and into the end zone for a touchback. Did not touch it. So the West offense will now take the ball from their own 20. See if they go back to Abubakar, still dealing with that ankle injury. Be interesting to see who they go to. We saw a little bit of Jimmy Talley towards the end of the game last week against Andrew when Abubakar suffered that ankle injury. And it looks like Abubakar will be on the field for a 1st and 10 from the West 20. Swanson in motion. They hand it off to Abubakar again, pushing the foul forward, and he'll be wrapped up after a gain of 1. Jahan had 4 rushing touchdowns in a Week 1 victory over Eisenhower at home, and this was the game that established him as the star to the west side. They saw a little bit of him last season as the main running back, but he made his presence known in Week 1 last year. 2nd and 9 from the 21. This time it's going to be a handoff to Markowitz, trying to break the edge, and he'll go run out of bounds at the 25. So third and manageable now for the Warriors. They're trying to use Markowitz a little bit more and use his speed in the run game just a little bit more to take the workload off of Jahan. Now the Nightmares trying to rowdy up their defense on a 3rd and 5 from the 25.
You got those pink slips on you? I said pink slips.
Tustin on a QB draw. Grant Tustin lowers his shoulder for the first down. We've seen a couple of that here today from Grant Tustin, and that will move the chains for a West first down. They like to run that QB draw option a little bit. They know how dominant Tustin can be on his legs.
Never watched him.
His 6'4", 200-pound frame has his ability to run over just about any defensive back that comes in his way. 1st and 10 now from the 38. Play action keeper. Tustin rolling out to his right. Will throw on the run, making the catch is Swanson while running out of bounds. A nice play there from Swanson and Tustin. It'll be a gain of 9. 2nd and short now from the 47. Out comes Vince Villa for the Warriors, and Thatcher Skirrut will come off the field. It'll be 2nd and 1 now from the 47. Markowitz alone at the bottom of your screen, being lined up against Rafferty. Handoff again to Jahan. Ankle looking pretty healthy, huh? Takes it past the 45 for the first down into Central Territory. It's going to be Nolan Morrill again on the tackle for the Knights.
Jeremy, I personally would have dropped kicked it.
10 minutes remain here in the second quarter. 6-7, Lincoln Way West still leading the Knights. And West trying to answer the Knight offense after they answered West's first score. They put James in motion on a 1st and 10. Handoff again to Jahan. Gets pummeled down. A nice play by number 46. That's Jalen Bird, the main linebacker of this team. Has 4 tackles for loss in the first 2 weeks of the season for Lincoln Way Central. But a gain of 4, so it'll be 2nd and 6 now from the 40. West marching down the field pretty efficiently so far. A little bit of a mix of the pass and run game.
Please.
2nd and 6 from the 40. Tustin back to throw. Gets his completion. A solid play, and it's Chase Markowitz getting the first down to move the chains. So take it past the 30. Markowitz committed to Illinois State. Committed over the offseason, as well as his fellow running back Jahan Abubakar. He's committed to South Dakota.
Guys, place your bets. Who's winning? Who's winning? Wait, Jeremy, look.
1st and 10 from the 28. We get a good look at the west side. Black out the theme as well as black on the field, and a big time tackle. Nice play there by Jalen Bird. Nice play by linebacker Jalen Bird. He gets his 5th tackle for loss of the year. now pushing back 3 yards. 2nd and 13 now from the 31. Eight minutes remain here in the first half. After a loss of 3 on the play, it's McNulty lined up at the bottom of your screen. Down comes Markowitz. Backfield empty. Tustin back to throw. Roll out to his right. Let's see if he'll take off again, and he will do so, lowering his shoulder and fighting his way for an extra yard. So a solid run from Tustin to get back those yards that they lost on the previous play, and it'll be 3rd and long now for Lincoln Way West. 3rd and 9 from the 31. It'll be 7:25 to go here in the first half. So here we go, a 3rd and 9. A 3rd and 9 for Lincoln Way West. High snap, Tustin controls it. This time he is going to try to run it. He will step over a couple. First down, Lincoln Way West. Another incredible run by Grant Tustin. And that will move the chains for another West first down. His ability to just run over some of these defensive backs is remarkable. Tustin holds an offer from Upper Iowa and received this offer without a single varsity start on his resume, but they like what they saw in summer camp. 1st and 10 into the central red zone. Tustin back to throw again. He's gonna want the end zone. Markowitz, touchdown West! A beautiful ball from Grant Tustin. He finds Markowitz in for 6. An incredible spiral, and he put it right on the money as West now leads by 7. Extra point now for Zach Hermanson. The backup quarterback, Jacob Howard, the holder. Kick is up and kick is good. 14-6, West leading the Knights with 6:13 to go here in the first half. Questions were arising if Tustin was going to be comfortable throwing the ball, and it looks like those questions were answered on that drive. A beautiful 80-yard drive for Lincoln Way West as they marched on the field in 4.5 minutes. And now they lead the Knights 14-6. It was a solid drive for the Knights last time out, and Lucas Andreessen rushing touchdown on a jet sweep. And Hermanson will kick this one away. And they are going to return this, and never mind, whistle's blowing the play. It will be a touchback, and Woodburn and his offense will come back out from the 20. Justin Cobbs looks very comfortable on the West turf. He has done quite a bit of rushing today for the Knight offense. West would love a stop here to put the pressure back on the Knights as they did on that last offensive drive. 1st and 10 from the 20. Going to be a little shovel pass to Brady Raza, the senior. 5'8", 175-pounder back. And he'll take it for a gain of 4. Elsner and Licky in on the tackle.
put a seat in. You can do anything if you believe in yourself.
Solid gain for Central. It's going to be Season, the sophomore, getting the carry in the first down for Lincoln Way Central as they will move the chains. Ball spotted at the 35. 5:21 to go here in the first half. Both offenses look pretty solid, especially on the ground. Tustin has the game's first passing touchdown on that last drive, and now 1st and 10. Woodburn will roll out to his left, firing on the run and out of play. Intended for Andreessen, that big 6'4" receiver. The key today for both sides is which quarterback will play better, and that is the team that will win tonight. Both defenses are very solid, as we saw from both Central and West. We knew the ground game was going to be solid for Central and West. It was the quarterback play, especially through the air, on what team will execute that, and West has certainly answering that call in the first half. Cobbs on the handoff. Will be met up and still pushing the pile forward. And that will take it for the Central first down. A gain of 11 for Cobbs, as Elsner comes in on the tackle for the Warriors. As now 1st and 10 from the Central 46 as they look into the West half, trying to make it 3 straight drives as they march into West territory. First and 10 from the 46. Cobbs in motion, play action. Woodburn going to the air, wanting Andreessen. He overthrew him. Markowitz in coverage for the Warriors, and it'll be an incomplete pass. 4:22 to go here in the first half. West leads the all-time series against Lincoln Way Central. They have won 4 out of their last 5 against the Knights. 8-3 all-time, going back to 2012. Handoff to Cobbs. Wrapped up immediately. A nice tackle in there by Nick Elsner, the sophomore defensive back. And he will be just short of the West territory. Ball is spotted in between the 49 and the 50 with 4 minutes left to play here in the second quarter.
Star Trek? Wait, what about Star Trek?
Woodburn under center. He's pressure in his face. He gets the ball out. And still going is their tight end, Ryan Studenworth. Ryan Studroff, the sophomore tight end, making the reception and rumbling into West territory for the first down. 1st and 10 now from the 24 with a gain of 26.
What are they doing with the bad stuff? Oh, that's the halftime show. Oh.
3:31 remains in the first half.
I'm slow, okay? I'm slow.
A good showing out from the West side here tonight. They said they were trying to attempt to break the student attendance record, which is set at 1,011. Don't know for sure if they officially accomplished that achievement. 1st and 10 from the 24. Play action again. Woodburn throwing out to his right. It's Sutterworth again, and we tackled by Markowitz after a gain of 9. Excuse me, Studroff. And it'll be 2nd and 1 now from the 15. 2:47 remains. A efficient central drive lines them inside the west red zone for the second time today.
That way.
Cobbs to the right of Woodburn.
What's that way?
They will give it to Cobbs. He pushes his way forward. That'll be a first down Lincoln Way Central
Okay, to the
after a
right
gain of
field,
5.
behind it.
Off the top on
Right
the
of the
run.
field behind it.
Elsner in on the tackle, amongst others.
And look to the left. That's what it is. Look,
Great view from
the Lightning is.
the back end zone.
Jeremy, do you want to know where the Lightning is?
As we have a great shot of that on a 1st and 10. 1st and goal now for the Knights. Hand off to Cobbs again. Breaking a couple tackles and eventually will be pushed down right at the line of scrimmage and a gain of none. Noel went in on the tackle as well as Mansker, Elsner, and Boy. As West looks for another goal line stop. They had a couple nice stops on that last central drive. Eventually punching it in for 6 was Andreessen on the 3rd and goal. Backfield empty, 4 receivers at the top for Central. Andreessen in motion. Woodburn takes a snap, throwing, looking, corner, end zone, incomplete. Looking for Brady Rasa and could not complete, and now be 3rd and goal from the 10. A minute 14 remains here in the first half, and it has been an action-packed filled first half. How electric is this West Side? A passionate fan base. Ride or die for this team. 3rd and goal. And it looks like a timeout will be taken, the last one for Lincoln Way West. So they've used up their final timeout of the half with a minute 14 to go here in the second quarter. Some more coverage around the SWVC. Naperville Central currently 0-3 on the year. It has been a slow start for the Redhawks. They are number 63 in the state. They play at Neuqua Valley tonight. And they lost 5-3 at home against Sandburg. The Bradley Bourbonnais Boilermakers again off to a great start, 3-0 on the year. They play at St. Mary's Southside. They are ranked number 50 in Missouri as they play against Stag next week. They made a run in the playoffs last year and lost to Lincoln Way Central in the quarterfinal. 3rd and goal from the 10. What does Dave Woodburn have in his back pocket to try to punch this in for 6? Backfield empty. Rolls out to his left man, wide open, and Andreessen. A flag is thrown. Flag is thrown on the far sideline. We'll see what the ref indication is. West, it is believed that Central committed the penalty.
Let's go!
So it is ruled an illegal formation on Central. Now moving back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and goal now from the 15. A minute 06 remains here in the first half. A West defense has came up with similar stops in the past. 3rd and goal. Pressure comes, Woodburn escapes, gonna look for the end zone. He will just walk in, touchdown, Lincoln Way Central. Drew Woodburn on the rushing touchdown from 15 yards out, and Lincoln Way Central answers the West offense, and now 2 points away from tying this game. One minute remains. The West side a little upset with their defense, and they will leave the offense on the field to try to tie this game before halftime. So a 2-point conversion attempt. They'll hand it off, wrapped up right away. How about that? Jackson Mansker takes down CSUN, and the score remains 14-12 with 1 minute remaining. What a game Jackson Mansker has had so far for the defense, and he comes up big with another tackle for loss there. So West holds the lead. They do receive ball at the beginning of the second half as they elected to defer the kickoff as they kicked away to the Knights to begin with, and now they will receive. No timeouts, 1 minute remains. They will see how far they can get in kicking range of Zach Hermanson. Likely gonna return this football here if they can. They would love to walk away with 3 points after this drive. Tripper will send this one away. Returnable at the goal line for McNulty. Here comes a sophomore wideout. He is met right away and will be tackled before the 20. With 53 seconds remaining here in the first half. After that quick shower that we had in the first, the rain is cleared and the wind has cleared for the most part, and it is now just a gorgeous Friday night for some Friday night lights. Both teams looking pretty solid on both sides of the ball, but it has been West coming up with the stops on the defensive front for the special teams. So we get a look inside the student section. First and 10, hand off Jahan. He's gonna run right into the chaos and be tackled, looks like right at the line, as they will likely try to go quick here if they want to get 3.
Number 2 on the carry, Jahan Abubakar. Second down, 10.
The game clock is ahead of the play clock by 2 seconds. So they will have to run at least one more play if they want to take this into halftime.
Guys, you're
15 seconds remain.
lagging for me.
Second and 10 from the 20. They'll hand it off to Jahan again. And that will conclude the first half of play. West 14, Central 12 after 24 minutes of play. We have 24 minutes yet to play in the second half. But hold on tight, we have 24 minutes left to play. And what has looked good for West? Well, it has been the run game. Jahan Abubakar was questionable for today's game. He would be a game time decision. And he looks pretty healthy out there so far for Lincoln West. As for Central, Justin Cobbs and Lucas Andreessen, the 2 star offensive players, both look pretty solid in the pass game and the run game. We got some marching band halftime show and the cheer and dance team halftime show as well, so stick around for that. 25 minutes until the second half will begin. We will see you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Stadium Field the Lincoln West Varsity Dance Team. Great job as always. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field, the 2025 Lincoln Way Marching Band. The Lincoln Way Marching Band is a performance ensemble made up of students from all three Lincoln Way High Schools and a part of the comprehensive music programs offered at each Lincoln Way High School. Now in its 10th season, the students in the LWMB carry on the proud and long-standing tradition of marching excellence in the Lincoln Way schools and communities. Throughout the summer and fall, the Lincoln Way Marching Band rehearses many hours to create a production that is used in competition. Tonight, the Lincoln Way Marching Band will perform their 2025 competitive production titled Where No Band Has Gone Before, which includes the following musical selections. The Star Trek main theme by Alexander Courage, Enterprising Young Men by Michael Giancino, Stealing the Enterprise by James Horner, Captain Board by Ronald Jones, and Children's Story by Jerry Goldsmith. now we are proud to present drum majors Alyssa Werner, Abby Bayer, Esteban Castro, and Ben Render, and the 2025 Lincoln Way Community High School Marching Band.
Marching band, an extraordinary adventure. These are the voyages of the Lincoln Way Marching Band. Its 10-year mission: to explore strange new ideas, to seek out new friends and new memories, to boldly go where no band has gone before.
So what are these teleportation buttons? What?
The Lincoln Way Marching Band will compete tomorrow night at the Plainfield South Invitational. The Bands of America Louisville Regional on September 27th, and the Lincoln Way Invitational on October 18th, and going to the Indianapolis Super Regional Competition on October 19th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Lincoln Way Marching Band would like to say a special thank you to all of our sponsors, our parent support team, and the Lincoln Way community for their relentless support. Fantastic show tonight. Attention all fans, we have a lost cell phone at the south gate. All fans, we have a lost cell phone at the south gate, so down by the scoreboard.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. There behind the glass stands a real blade of grass. Be careful as you pass. Move along, move along. Come inside, the show's about to start. Guaranteed to blow your head apart. Rest assured, you'll get your money's worth. Greatest show in heaven and earth. It's a dynamo. You gotta see the show. It's rock and roll. Oh, right before your eyes, people laugh from the skies, and he laughs until he cries, and he dies, and he dies. Come
play here in the Battle of New Lenox. One town, two teams. Who will be claimed as the best team in high school football for New Lenox this season? We will find out that answer in 24 minutes of game time. Grant Tustin looking spectacular through the air. He looks very comfortable as they have been trying to get him comfortable throwing the ball in practices and as well in garbage time. They try to get him as much comfortable as they can when throwing the football. We appreciate you tuning in to the LWTV network for some Lincoln Way West versus Lincoln Way Central high school football action. We hope that you have enjoyed the game up to this point, but don't go anywhere. In less than a minute, we will kick off the second half as Central will kick off to the Warriors.
You okay here? I had one earlier today.
24 minutes left to play here in the second half as Lincoln Way Central will kick this football to the Warriors. Braden McNulty and Jackson Mansker back to return for West. Zach Tripper, the junior kicker, to send this one away. McNulty fumbles it. Will pick this one up from his own 6, and now we'll try to get some room, and Central Special Teams wraps him up and will bring him down at the 10. So not the best return, hoping for Grant Tustin and his offense, but Tustin's ability on the ground and in the air so far today, they should have no problem. Elijah James and Jahan Abubakar head out to the field for the 1st and 10 from the West 10. Abubakar lined up behind Tustin. 1st and 10. First play of the second half. Flag is thrown on the play immediately from the near sideline ref. And that will likely bring this play back. So this flag is thrown on Lincoln Way West, an illegal formation call at 5 men in the backfield. And that'll bring West back 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15 now from their own 5. Abubakar lined up behind Tustin. 1st and 15, Jahan, he is met right at the line, a gain of none. So it will be 2nd and 15 now for Lincoln Way West. This is a drive that you want to make a statement on if you're Lincoln Way West. The very first drive here of the second half. Gain of none on the last play, so it'll be 2nd and 15. For the Warriors. Tustin looking over his options. He has nothing and will be brought down for a sack. Bronson Burge, the junior linebacker, bringing down Tustin, and now 3rd and long for the Warriors. Still no yards gained as Abubakar will come off the field, likely meaning this is going to be a pass play. We'll see if they're going to take a shot immediately or they're trying to just get some room for Zach Hermanson. Backfield empty on a 3rd and 15. And instead it'll be Tussin on the QB keeper. Will be short of the first down. Maybe well short, 5 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 5, and this will result in the first punt of the game for Lincoln Way West. Nolan Morrell is back to receive for the Knights. And number 87, that's Gavin Season, the sophomore, back to receive for Lincoln Way Central. Zach Hermanson, the punter. They bring some pressure. They like to bring pressure on the special teams. This will take a central bounce, bouncing around the 45. So that is where the ball will be placed for Lincoln Way Central's first drive of the second half. And some pretty good field position for Drew Woodburn and company. A great showing out here tonight at Lincoln Way West as a flag was thrown during the play. We'll see what this is for. Flag was thrown right by where Hermanson kicked the ball on that sideline. It was the near sideline referee that threw the flag, and we will see what this is about. They call a blindside block on Lincoln Way Central. That's Nicholas Sons, the senior receiver, getting called for the penalty. And that'll move them back 15 yards, a 15-yard penalty. So Woodburn will start from their own 30. 9:07 left to go here in the third quarter. Direct snap. This one's to Justin Cobbs. He'll take it for around 5 yards, 5 or 6 yards on the carry. And will bring up second down now for the Knights. Less than 9 minutes remain in the third quarter. There was no went in on the tackle for the Warriors. So second and 5. Excuse me, second and 4 from the 36. 8:30 to go. Woodburn takes a snap, looks over to the right, and nice catch. Still in bounds. A nice play by Nico Barkas, his second reception today. And we'll take it for the Lincoln Way Central first down. So this was a gain of 10. So first and 10 now from the 46. 8:21 to go here in the third. Wrapped up, Luke Gowdy in the mix. Looks like Woodburn was the carrier, and still pushing forward is Lincoln Way Central, and the Nightmares loving that. They push forward into West territory. They have drove into West territory on every single drive in this game today. And they do that again, a gain of 5. And ball be spotted at the West 49. 7:45 here to go. They hand it off to Cobbs again. Justin Cobbs trying to bounce to the outside. He'll be wrapped up by Jimmy Talley at the 40-yard line. So first down, Lincoln Way Central again. 2 first downs in 3 plays for the Knights, and continuing to efficiently drive down the field is Lincoln Way Central, and now will be 1st and 10 from the 40. Cobbs comes off the field. Give him a break, as the clock will continue to run. 7:17 here to go. Andreessen in motion. They pitch it to their tight end, the sophomore tight end, Studenruth, again on the carry. Seeing a little bit of him today. And that will be a gain of none, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Knights. 6:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. And it has been the run game for West that has caused them some trouble on the defense. It is Central that has been running the ball pretty efficiently here today. They've also seen a little bit of the pass game with Drew Woodburn, and Nico Barkus getting the action. And a flag is thrown. The West side thinks it's against Central, as we will likely bring this back. False start on the offense. Second and 15 from the 45. Ball still spotted in West territory. 6 minutes to go. Woodburn rolls out to his left, firing. Making the catch is number 18. That is going to be Anthony Amadio. And will be tackled by a pair of Warriors, Jackson Mansker and Chase Markowitz, making the tackle. And it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Knights. A crucial 3rd down here in the 3rd quarter. Excuse me, 3rd and 9 for the Knights. Third and 9. West side getting rowdy. Woodburn throwing. Andreessen on the catch. He is met right away. Jackson Mansker. And that West defense finally comes up with the stop and will likely result in the first punt of the game for Central. Mansker and went in on the action. Chase Markowitz back to receive for the Warriors. A pair of stops on the defense and back-to-back punts. And now a line drive kick that will soar out of bounds. A pretty solid punt will put West back behind the 20. As now Grant Tustin and his team will go back out for their second drive of the second half. Central is ranked number 28th in the state of Illinois, just outside that top 25 mark. As a win today would certainly propel them into the top 25 in the state. 1st and 10 from the 15. This time they hand it off to Alex DiLorenzo, the junior, getting his first touch of the game. As Jahan on the sideline and Jimmy Talley with the defense, so they give it to DiLorenzo. As DiLorenzo will stay on the field as Elijah James will sub in today. We haven't seen much of Elijah. As Markowitz will sub on for McNulty. 2nd and 8 from the 17 with 4:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. I don't think the scoreboard's actually on TV or the screen. Oh, it is?
Yeah, your feed is not. You're not getting the full feed.
Oh, I see. Okay. No problem.
I learned you're getting the feed before it gets fed into the computer.
Tustin back to throw. He will step up looking over his options. Tustin will take it for his 4th run of the day. And will be tackled just short of the first down. He'll take it just to the marker, and it'll be 3rd and short now for Lincoln Way West. And a Warrior down on the field. It looks like it's going to be Markowitz, not the guy you want injured for Lincoln Way West. This would be a devastating injury if he's out for the rest of the game, but right now we will take an injury timeout with 3:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. If you are just tuning in, currently on an injury timeout for wide receiver and defensive back Chase Markowitz on the far sideline. Might have been hit pretty hard on that last play, which was a Grant Tustin run for around 8 yards. And they're still evaluating Markowitz on the far sideline. 3:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and a crucial 3rd and 1 for the Warriors once this timeout is over. Ball is spotted at the West 24. So we hope it's nothing serious, as this is a crucial player to the West offense and defense. Best guys out there every single day and do their best. Handoff, Jahan, he takes it right up the middle, he's in! Touchdown, Lincoln Way West! 3 straight rushes, and Jahan's in.
Have a touchdown.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, however, Jahan got the first down and a little more. Staying on his feet, Jahan's
that's
in!
a touchdown, folks! That's how we do things around here.
Jahan's in. Eisenhower should be expecting where they're going to go. It is number 2. Is he in? Jahan trying to break the field. He is in. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Well, call me wrong.
24 minutes to be played. 12 of them about to happen in the 3rd, and a line drive kick that's picked up by Austin Collins for the 2nd time, and Collins still on his feet. There goes Austin Collins, the junior linebacker, taking it into Eisenhower territory up to the 35. That's all he's done today is just run it. Tustin. He's going to go to the air and making the catch. Mainly been Jahan getting the ball, and we'll see how they go without him for the rest of the game. However, we turn our attention to a 3rd and 1 now from the 24. 3:24. They hand it off to Jahan. He will power his way. That will be a West first down. So that will move the chains and keep this drive going. .307 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes of play left to go. Jahan lined up behind Tustin. Less than 3 to go. Play action. Tustin rolls out to his right, throwing on the run. Nice catch. What a play by number 88 down the West offense. How about that? Jackson Fishback getting his first reception of the season on a nice play from Tustin and Fishback, and that's a gain of around 12 for the first down. Ball spotted at the 37. As he's right now the substitution from Markowitz. See if Markowitz is okay. Hopefully we'll see him later today. Instead, 1st and 10 from the 37. Abubakar lined up behind Tustin. They will give it to him. Jahan bottled up, trying to fight his way, and this will be mauled by a pair and group of Knights. Jalen Bird was the first one in there to make the stop. Now pushing back 2 yards, a tackle for loss, number 7 on the year for Jalen Bird for tackles for loss, and it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 35. Minute 34. Backfield empty. Tustin looking. He found his guy. That's Ethan Swanson trying to break tackles, and will be tackled right before the 40. So it'll be third and 8 roughly for Lincoln Way West. From the 39. A crucial 3rd down here. You want to keep this drive going and keep the ball out of the hands of Drew Woodburn and the Central offense. West was able to come up with a stop on the last drive. So here we go, 3rd and 8. 51 seconds remain in the 3rd. Jimmy Talley to the right of Tustin. Back to throw on 3rd and 8. He steps up. Tustin trying to get that first down. He'll be well short. And so the Central defense comes up with their 2nd consecutive stop and will likely result in a West punt. Jalen Bird chasing him out of bounds, and it'll be 4th and 5 and will likely result in a West punt. The game clock ahead of the play clock. Game clock at 37 seconds. Nolan Morrill, back to receive for the Knights. Hermanson to punt this one away back to the Knights, and a whistles fly on the play. And it's going to be called for a delay game. So this now will push him back 10 yards on a delay of game, so it'll be 4th and 10 from the 37. 37 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. Great punt by Hermanson. Fair catch called at the 31. And so that is where the Central offense will retake the field for their 2nd drive of the half. Didn't go their way on the first drive, but 30 seconds remain, so this drive will likely go into the fourth quarter. 1 or 2 plays left to go here in the third. West still leading the Knights 14-12. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Central 31. First and 10. Gonna be, looks like Woodburn on the keeper.
On the carry, number 34, Aiden Noto. On the carry, number 34, Aiden Noto.
Excuse me, that's Aiden Noto on the carry, his first carry of the game, and that will take us into the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left to play in the Battle of New Lenox. Who will take the crown of the town this year? 12 minutes remain to decide that, and a scoreless quarter for the first time here today. Points were scored in the first and second, but none in the third. Get a pretty good look at the Central student section. They were named the Illinois student section champions last year. A pretty good showing for the away opponent. Some pretty solid trumpet work from the Lincoln Way Marching Band trumpets. And now we turn our attention back to Central versus West. 14-12 affair. And it will be a 2nd and 6 from the 35. Woodburn firing, making the catch out of bounds. It's going to be Deskill. His first reception today, the sophomore tight end, a pair of sophomores. A few sophomores on this team, and they'll move the chains for a Central first down. Ball spotted at the 42. It's all about the quarterback execution. Which quarterback will play better today is the team that will win. 1st and 10 from the 42. Woodburn rolls out to his left, firing on the run. This one incomplete. Markowitz back on the field, and he comes up with the coverage. Great to see him back on the field and healthy. And it was Gavin Season, the intended receiver. Will be 2nd and 10 now from the 42 for Central. .48 to go here in the fourth quarter. He's got Cobbs to his right. They will give it to Cobbs. Mansker on his back. He will bring him down after a gain of 1. And so it'll be 3rd and 9 now for Lincoln Way Central. West came up with the stop last time on 3rd down. On the last drive for Central. So it'll be 3rd and 8 from the 44. A first down will take them into West territory. They have went into West territory in every single drive so far today. And they will try to go 6 for 6. Backfield empty for Woodburn. 3rd and 8, the West Side Rowdy. Whistles fly and a flag is thrown on the near sideline. And they'll bring this one back. They said encroachment on the offense. And now push this back 5 yards. So now 3rd and long now for Central. Third and long from the 39. Less than 11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Backfield empty for Woodburn, and whistles fly again. And timeout taken by Lincoln Way Central with 10:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. It has been a great game so far here today. Let's get you caught up. It was a Grant Tustin rushing touchdown to open the scoring in the first quarter. Central answered back though, a Lucas Andreessen jet sweep touchdown. And then a blocked extra point attempt made it 7-6. Tustin found Markowitz in the corner of the end zone for the game's third touchdown and put West up 14-6. And then Drew Woodburn on a 3rd and goal from 15 yards out ran it into the end zone, and that's where we stand. They went for 2 and did not convert, and that is where we stand. It is 14-12 here in the fourth quarter. Now Central looks at a 3rd and long. They have been in these spots before. Backfield empty for the Knights. 3rd and long. Woodburn gonna air it out deep down the field. This ball is incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a pair of Warriors in coverage. And this one will fall incomplete, no flags. So West comes up with a crucial stop on 3rd down. And Central will now punt this one away back to the Warriors. It was Elsner and Boy in coverage. And the intended receiver was Anthony Amadio again. That's his 3rd target today. As now a line drive kick that Markowitz will let roll past the 20. A pretty solid punt by Charlie Rogda. And so now the West offense will come back onto the field. 10:25 remain here in the fourth quarter. Be 1st and 10 from the 18. And it has been a pretty solid game from Grant Tustin. No mental errors that we have seen out of him today. As Jahan Abubakar also goes back out there. Great to see him healthy. Questionable all week. It was a game time decision for him. And now they'll give it to him on 1st and 10. Big pile. And a flag flies on the far sideline. So this penalty will go against Lincoln Way West. It is an illegal formation. They had 5 men in the backfield. That is their second one of those today. So it'll be 1st and 15 now from the 13. DiLorenzo behind Tustin. Play action. Tustin going to the air across the middle. Ethan Swanson on the catch. 1st down, Lincoln Way West. A beautiful strike from Grant Tustin. And a gain of 25, 26-yard gain for Lincoln Way West with less than 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. A beautiful ball from Tustin, a better catch by Swanson. Had a man in front of him, and he still makes the catch. Jahan sidelined, so Jimmy Talley will be in as running back. Also plays a little bit of linebacker, and a flag flies. West takes a timeout, no flag on the play. So West uses their first timeout of the half with 9:13 to go here in the fourth quarter. Let's wrap up our SWVC coverage. Mattia Valley currently 2-1 on the year, and they are playing host to the Sandburg Eagles as they start out the year 2-0 with wins over Downers Grove South and Plainfield Central, and the offense has been clicking on all cylinders for the Broncos as they have put up 30-plus points in every single game this season, as now they have a tough task of taking on the Eagles at home. DeKalb, they're currently 1-2 on the year. They play at Stagg tonight, and they lost 35-7 against Caneland last week. For the Stagg Chargers, they have scored just 19 points all season, and they play host to the DeKalb Barbs tonight. West will travel to play DeKalb in just a few weeks. Next up, they travel to play Waubonsie Valley and take on the Warriors for an all-Warrior matchup next week. For now, though, 1st and 10 from the 41. They'll hand the ball off to Talley, jumps over a couple, and a pretty solid run from Jimmy Talley. Takes it for around 4 yards. So he's 2nd and 6 with 9 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. 8:40 left to go here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 6 from the 45. Wide receiver screen. It looks like it's McNulty. And on the catch, and so be 3rd and manageable for Lincoln Way West. First down takes him into Central Territory. Less than 8 minutes to go. 3rd and 3. A crucial 3rd down here for the Warriors. Still no sign of Jahan. Talley in the backfield. Tustin rolls out, will throw it. It's Elijah James. First down Lincoln Way West, trying to get to the sideline, and he is blasted out of bounds by Sean Mowry. The 5'11 linebacker knocks James out of bounds, but a first down Lincoln Way West. That's James's first reception of the day. He had a good week last week against Andrew. Hauled in 3 catches off of 5 targets and around 40 yards in receiving. So they march into Central Territory. 1st and 10 from the 47. They hand the ball off to Jimmy Talley. Running right into the mix. He is still going. Will be eventually tackled after a gain of 3. It's Sean Mowry again on the tackle, making back-to-back stops for the Knights. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 44. Each team with 2 timeouts. Jahan still sidelined. They don't have a clear-cut running back in there. Tustin gonna go to the air, making the catch is Fishback. What a grab by Jackson Fishback, his 2nd catch today. And now move it to 3rd and manageable for Lincoln Way West, up to the 41. Third and 4. .6:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. What a game this has been. A back-and-forth affair, but offenses have gone silent here in the 2nd half. Tustin to the air. Back into his own half. Tustin will now run it. He gets that first down. First down, Lincoln Way West. The 6th rush of the day for Grant Tustin, and he takes it for the first down to keep the drive going. An unbelievable play. He was backed up to his own 48 at one point and took it and rushed it to the Central 37 with 5:52 here to go here in the fourth quarter. Talley lined up behind Tustin. And the ball off to Talley again. Jimmy Talley pushing forward. How about Jimmy Talley putting his head down? A great rush from Jimmy Talley, the backup. Takes it past the 30. So it'll be a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 now from the 29. They are within field goal range of Zach Hermanson. Would be a 39-yarder from here. But they would probably want just a little bit more than 3 points. Hand the ball off to Talley again. He will be pushed down short of the first, so it will be 3rd and short now for Lincoln Way West with less than 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Austin Welshin on the tackle for the Knights. A great crowd here tonight, at least 3,000. Thousands of fans from the West and Central fan base joining in on a gorgeous Friday night here in New Lenox. 3rd and 2. Tustin gonna have to keep it himself, and he will be brought down at the 34. It's Burge Bronson making the sack. And we'll see if they'll kick the field goal here. It would be a 45-yarder from Hermanson. Or you could elect to go for it and try to keep this drive going and gamble a little bit. We'll see what Lowkink has in store. Play clock at 18. So they might want to just run out the clock just a little bit and take a timeout. Play clock down to 5 now. And a timeout will be taken by Lincoln Way West. 3:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. It looks like they will line up for a field goal as Hermanson is out there. A field goal would make this a 5-point game if it's good, which means it would take a touchdown for Central to regain the lead. West all-time against Lincoln Way Central, 8-3, dating back to 2012. They have taken 4 out of the last 5 against the Knights, with their last win coming 2 years ago at Lincoln Way Central. A 28-21 overtime thriller with Jackson Mancher coming up with the interception. 45-yarder from Zach Hermanson. He has the leg to do it. Snap, good. Hold is good. Kick is up, on its way. He got it! How about that? Zach Hermanson from 45 out and drills it. The anticipation was there from the west side as that kick hung in the air, but Hermanson puts it through. Something they have struggled with all season is field goals and extra points with the freshman long snapper Mickey Olsta, and they replaced the holder McNulty to Howard mid-season. 3:29 remains here in the fourth quarter. Central with 2 timeouts. How big would a turnover be for Lincoln Way West in this home crowd? Anticipating this final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter all day, and they finally get to live it out. West with the momentum. 17-12 with 3:29 to go. West with 1 timeout, Central with 2. Hermanson will put this into the end zone for a touchback. So a crucial drive here for the defense. A stop, and you can potentially put this game on ice. The margin of error for the Central offense is very, very small. One fine mistake, and the ball could be going the other way. Woodburn and the boys go back out for a 1st and 10 from the 20. It's going to be Cobbs on the carry. Jimmy Talley wrapped him up, and it's a tackle for loss. First play of the drive is blown up by Jimmy Talley. And now a tomahawk chop coming from the west side. A loss of 1. Backfield empty. Less than 3 to go. Woodburn rolls out to his left, throwing. Got his guy wide open, and a nice catch over the shoulder. Gavin Season. First down Central, and what a play to get some momentum back in the favor of Central. .245 remains here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Central 34. And as this drive continues, this very well could be the last drive that Central could get today. And they got to make the most of it. They got to find it into the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 34. Woodburn to his right. He's going to fire and making the catch. Wrapped up is Talley. He puts him down. Des Gill on the reception, but he goes nowhere. A loss of 1. .220 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Defense in need of a stop to take the town of New Lenox for the season. 2nd and 11, Woodburn back to throw. Pressure in his face, he's gonna roll out to his left. Woodburn nowhere to go, throwing, intercepted! In the hands of Gowdy, could not hold in. It was intercepted for a moment, however, it will remain incomplete. The west side was ready to jump when they saw number 9 go out there, and now he 3rd and long for Central. Third and long. Backfield empty for Woodburn. 2 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. West in need of a stop. Pressure comes. Woodburn has to throw up in the air. Making the catch is Gill, but he is well short of the first down. And now 4th down for Central. Less than 2 to go. West could run out the clock if they get the ball back. The biggest play of the game here for the Knights. 4th and 2 from the 42. Woodburn to his left. Collin down his back, throwing. Incomplete! Incomplete, no flag. Defensive player on the ground for West. Excuse me. We'll see who got injured, but a minute 20 remains in this ball game. A first down would likely put this game on ice for Lincoln Way West. We will take an injury timeout. When we come back, the West potential game sealing drive to go to 4-0 on the year. It's going to be corner number 9, Luke Gowdy, that was injured on the play for the Warriors. As the Nightmares starting to look a little thin. We hope Gowdy is okay and ready to go for next week, but for now, it will be 1st and 10 from the 42. Central with 2 timeouts. So now the offense. The West Side feeling a victory in their hands. They got 80 seconds to wait and celebrate. 1st and 10 from the 42. Markowitz to the left of Tustin. They will keep it with Tustin on the ground, trying to fight his way for an extra yard or two. And he will take it to the 36 timeout, Lincoln Way Central. Gain of 6 on the play. Timeout by Lincoln Way Central. 1:11 remains. That last play took 9 seconds off the clock. Still some hope for Lincoln Way Central. You would need almost a little bit of a miracle if you don't stop them and they get a first down. Up next for the Warriors, they will travel to play the Waubonsie Valley Warriors, currently 0-3 on the year, and that will change after tonight's game. For Lincoln Way Central, they will travel to play the Cal Barbs, 1-2 on the year, assuming they exit here with a loss. However, they'll hand this one off to Jimmy Talley. Still fighting his way. How about Jimmy Talley taking it to the 20? Timeout taken by Lincoln Way Central with 55 seconds left to go. This one about on ice as the West Side ready to erupt. We went from showers and wind at the beginning of the game in the first quarter during the first drive for West, and it ends in a gorgeous Friday night here in New Lenox. West leading the Knights 17-12 with 55 seconds to go. Central with no timeouts. And it will likely be 2 plays to put this one into the books. What a game we had today. Victory formation for Lincoln Way West. Tustin will take a knee and one more knee, and this game is over. West will go to 4-0 on the year. Central will fall to 3-1 after an absolute thriller between these two teams again. A great game from Lincoln Way Central all around, but it was the quarterback play in the end that I was able to execute. The final knee, 4-0 for your Lincoln Way West Warriors, as that concludes tonight's game between Lincoln Way West and Lincoln Way Central, and this coverage of Southwest Valley Conference play comes to an end. Lincoln Way West 17, Lincoln Way Central 12. I am Jake Farr, and I thank you so much for tuning into tonight's matchup in the Battle of New Lenox. West wins it 17-12.